What the heck is Wyatt sending me? Oh, looks like Wyatt updated his sticker. Looks good. Thanks, Wyatt. Appreciate it. Also, Vic, I appreciate all the Amsoil swag. I like this pen with the stylus on it. Alright, come on. We got some new tools to check out. Alright, up first from Astro, we got the 650 lumen rechargeable LED slim light with the top flashlight. So it's got a little flashlight on top, so that's kind of nice. This is the 655L and made in China. And it's the updated version of the 40SL, which I have a couple of these, so I know Astro makes good flashlights, so we'll see if this thing's any good. Let's see, last 2.5 hours on high, 7 hours at 50%, and let's see, on the it's 120 lumens the top light there. So let's get it open. Alright, you can see that's what it looks like out of the box. Very similar in size to the older one, you can see, just like that. One of the biggest changes is the old one has the loop on top, like that, where you can hang it. This one, it's on the bottom, like that. And this one's metal, this one's plastic. This one does not feel as sturdy. But it does fold and get out of the way like that, which is kind of nice. The old one has the dial in the front, where this one, the dial is in the back. And it's definitely brighter. I know it's probably not going to show on the camera, but it's definitely brighter. And then right here, you just push that button for the light on top. That's kind of a neat feature, and this thing is pretty thin, so it's nice. You can put it down in there, and it's not as wide. You can see the old one is quite a bit wider than this new one. This top where the LEDs are is pretty darn thin right here. The base right here is about the same, and it has a magnetic base that swivels. One thing I like about the old one though is you could twist this knob here and make this base as tight or as loose as you want. This one does not appear to have the same thing unless I'm missing it. It looks like it's a one size fits all. Pressing all the buttons, turning everything on inadvertently. Hopefully that's not an issue, but then again I am messing with it. It does come with a charger, and it comes with a micro USB cable, so it's not a USB-C like your cell phones are nowadays. But that's good because this one is the same way, so I just have one charger and I can just plug them in whenever I want. I don't need to have 50 of these things laying around. But I'll put this thing to use and we'll drop it a few times and see if it holds up. Alright, let's see what else we got. Alright, up next from Sunex, we got a 1/2-inch universal impact socket set. If you watch my channel for any length of time, you know I like Sunex impacts, and that's about all I use anymore. This is the model 2665, and let's see, I know I just saw it. Yeah, like pretty much all Sunex impacts, it's made in Taiwan. And well, let's get it open, see what we got. You can see the case it comes in. It's okay. It ain't great, but it's not terrible. You can see that's what you get. They could have packaged this a little bit tighter. This is a pretty big box for only 13 sockets. Let's see, we got 12 all the way to 24, and we don't skip any sizes, so that's kind of nice. I hate sets that skip sizes. But you can see these are just universal type sockets and made for impact guns. Kind of nice. Usually, you know, I don't have to use the 1/2-inch impact too often, but when I do, it seems like a lot of times they're in tight areas, and when I try to use a universal joint and then attach or a swivel and attach a socket on the end, it just becomes too long. So that's why I got these, because usually if you need to use some kind of swivel or universal, usually it's a tight area, and the smaller you can make it, it's definitely better. But if these are like all the rest of my Sunex impacts, you know, they're good and they work well. And I don't know if you can tell, but you can see that these sockets, the actual socket portion, they're smaller, they're shorter than a regular socket. and you can see here's a 19mm right here. Here's a Sunex shallow 19 1/2" right here, and here's a swivel. So that's what I would normally have to put on. And you can see that's the size of it right there. And then we check this out. You can see that it definitely makes it quite a bit shorter, and that's that space right there can definitely help you get into an area where maybe you couldn't with just this. So in any event, let's keep moving. Alright, next from Mayhew, we got the 12-piece pin punch kit. Man, I can't say that for some reason. Anyway, this kit's made in the USA with US and global components. Let's get this thing open. Alright, there's the model number right there, 62078. You can see that's what you get. Nice little, feels like a combination of like a plastic and a canvas bag. I like that. Has Velcro on there. Feels pretty strong too. And there you go, nice roll-up case. You can see that's what we get. We get from 1/16 all the way up to a 1/2 inch. You can see that's a good size punch right there. Stamped made in USA. If you've ever used Mayhew stuff, they make good stuff. I love the pry bars that I have from them. So I don't expect that this will be any different. And so I look forward to using these. Alright, see what else we got. Alright, up next we got some mats. These are like tool mats. I think the company, if I could read that, it's called Grypmat, I think with a Y. And there's the model number GRY-RFGM TP3. It's a 3-pack. And well, let's check them out. Yeah, there's the company name right there. And these are just, you know, rubberized, very soft kind of rubber mats that you can use. Looks like they have some rulers on there, kind of compartmentalized, and like you get 3 different sizes, at least in this one. You can see that's cool. And let's see what they got in the brochure. Well, there you go. If you work on airplanes, you could do that. Set it on tires. And obviously that's kind of where I'm thinking to use it, just like that. You can kind of set it across and it'll conform to wherever you're working, but it won't mar any surfaces. And you got the big one right here. So that's kind of cool. Oh, sticker? Really? We got some stickers? Alright, finally. Somebody got a clue and put some stickers in with their stuff. Anyway, these things look pretty cool. And I like the fact that they feel like they'll grip and hold stuff, but yet they won't mar any surfaces. So that's kind of neat. And it's funny that I get lots of emails about from companies wanting me to review their products, and I don't respond to any of them. I don't do that stuff. All the stuff you see on my tool videos were purchased. No tool company sent me anything. But I thought it was funny that in the same time that I'm making this video, they just happened to reach out to me, and probably would have sent me these for free if I would have took them up on their offer. But like I said, I don't do that stuff. But anyway, I plan on putting these to use in a video, and we'll see how they work out. And up next, another Vessel screwdriver, because I just can't help myself. I love buying Vessel #2 screwdrivers. You can see it's a really long screwdriver. This is a #2 × 400, so that means it's 400 millimeters long. Obviously made by Vessel. And now let me get this thing open. Alright, that's what it looks like out of the package. It's got its standard non-slip grip there, which is kind of nice. But what I thought was really neat, it has this, and it won't move, but it will spin. You got that little handle, so you can just hold it. So if you got a spot in there, you can do that. That's kind of neat. I know it's a little gimmicky, but I wanted a long #2 screwdriver from Vessel, and this fits the bill. Now this has the jaws fit tip, so it's got little serrations right on the end there to grab the fastener. There is some debate on whether, because Vessel makes JIS screwdrivers, or Japanese Industrial Standard screwdrivers, so there's some debate on whether these jaws fit ones are actually JIS or not. I don't know, but I have not had any issue with them taking out JIS screws on Hondas and Toyotas and things like that. So whether or not they actually are to the complete JIS standard or they're more to the DIN European standard, I don't know, but they work really well, and that's why I like these things. So alright, let's keep moving. Up next from GearWrench, as you can see, we got a big old pry bar. This is actually an extendable indexing pry bar. It goes from 20 to 33 inches, model number 82220. And let's see, made in Taiwan, right there. Well, let's get it open. Alright, there it is out of the packaging. You can see this feels like a really well made tool. And looks like we just press the button right here, and that's how we can extend it, put it to wherever we want. You can see there's little locking grooves right there. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see them right there. Definitely they're cut out. So that looks like that will not move. And you can put a lot of pressure on it. And then what's the neatest feature is that you can put it at different angles. Looks like we can go from there all the way over to there. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the locking mechanism right there. It looks pretty stout. So that looks like you can put a lot of pressure on there, and well, hopefully we don't break it. But that's kind of neat, because if you just use a standard pry bar, a lot of times it's either a little bit too long or a little bit too short, and just the angle's off by a little bit. So it's nice to be able to basically make a custom size and angled pry bar whenever you need it. That's kind of neat. Alright, up next from Lincoln, we got a heavy duty lube accessory kit. This is the model 58000. And where is this made? Made in India. Let's see, basically got all these different type fittings for your grease gun, but the nicest thing is it has quick disconnects. That's pretty cool. So let's get this thing open. As you can see, there's all the different adapters you get. Definitely a nice assortment. You know, if you're buying Lincoln, they make pretty good stuff. Decent little case. And there's all the attachments there. You can see that's what their little quick disconnect coupling looks like. It just goes, snaps right onto the end there like that. You can see it will wobble around a little bit, but they just pop on and off, but they definitely feel like they would stay on there. And you get a hose. We'll see, I may end up taking this off and just thread that in there and use this as the hose. And let's see, because these, you can see that end right there really locks it in nice. So if you have that end, then these things really work well. So we'll see. I may do something like that. Anyway, let's keep moving. Alright, up next from Neiko, we got a little automatic center punch. I can't help myself, I like Neiko stuff. This is the model 02638 Alpha. What's neat about this is it's adjustable, so I guess you can turn this knob and adjust the impact. And I like that it has a knob on there, so when you could really press on it, put a lot of pressure on there without digging in your hand. It doesn't appear to say where it was made, so I'm guessing it's made in China. And hey, it can be used as an emergency glass breaker. Just ask the disgruntled mechanic how that works out. There you go, that's what she looks like. Definitely has some nice knurling on there. Very nice. I guess you just loosen that a little bit. That'll reduce the tension. Tighten it all the way up like that. That'll put as much tension as you can. Allegedly, this tip is made out of S2 steel, so supposed to be more durable. We'll see about that. Anyway, I don't know. Well, it's just a center punch. I'll punch some stuff in a video and we'll see how it works. It probably won't be breaking any windows though. Alright, more stuff from Sunex. We got an Impact Hex Driver Master Set. This is a 20 piece. This is a 1/2 inch version, so it's going to be the big boy. Model 2637. And where is it made? I know, I just saw it. Where is it made? Made in Taiwan, right there. And let's look at what you get. You get, looks like in American, We get 1/4 inch all the way to 3/4, and in metric we got 6 to 19, but it does skip a few sizes in there. So let's get her open. There you go. Comes in the standard red Sunex case, and well, at least this one's a little more compact. They got them so they're not so spread out. A lot of times what I like to do is just cut the top off and just keep this right in my tool drawer. I don't think I have any more room anywhere. We'll see. But anyway, looks like this is the standard, and then this is the metric up here. You can see it's got some big boys in there. You know, that would probably withstand some pounding, like from a Milwaukee 1/2 inch impact. Not sure this would. You know, better might take it a little easy on a 6mm like that. But hey, it's, you know, it's rated for a 1/2 inch, so we'll see. But I'm sure these smaller ones, if you really go to town on them, you're gonna ding them up. But when you need a, you know, a really large hex, this is a good set to have. Very comprehensive. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, did I mention? So they're laser etched, but they're not stamped, which I would prefer if they were stamped, but it's not the end of the world. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, as you can see, we got a fluid extractor. This is from Mightyback, the MV7201. And not only does it evacuate, but it can dispense also, so it can create pressure or vacuum, which is kind of neat. But yeah, you can suck out all kinds of automotive fluids, engine oil, transmission, gear, coolant, brake fluid, stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. Let's look at some of the features on here. Actually, where was it made? Made in Taiwan. Hey, look at that, Lincoln. I didn't know Lincoln was associated with Mightyback. I learned something today. Anyway. Creates vacuum and pressure like we said, clean and fast. I like that it has 5 feet of flexible hose, because the plan was to use it in a lot of these newer cars. You have to evacuate the automatic transmission fluid with a hose, so that's really why I got this, because you can use it for a lot of other stuff. Capacity is 2.3 gallons or 8.5 or 8.8 liters. Automatic shut off at 8 liters. Let's see, sturdy base, no electricity, blah blah blah. Can be used to bleed hydraulic brakes if you use this other part, and impervious to automotive and household chemicals. So pretty neat little thing. I plan on showing this in a video if I can. I'm not going to pull out of the box. I'm sure it's got all kinds of crap and stuff in there that I might have to put some stuff together, but I do want to try to feature this in its own video. Alright, hey, how about some more sockets from Sunex? This is going to be the 84-piece 3/8 inch drive set. It's got hex and it's got Torx in there. And of course it's going to be impact rated. This is the model 3569, made in Taiwan. And well, let's get this thing open. You can see it's got a lot of stuff in there. Alright, there you go. That's what you get. Now you can see this case is a lot better. And the hinges are better. Everything is better about this case. And you can just feel that it's better than the other ones that I showed. But there you can see this is definitely a master set. If there is a long or a short Torx or hex, whether it's a standard bit or inverted, it's probably in this case, which is kind of nice. And they're all 3/8 inch. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know I like to use my Milwaukee 3/8 inch impact a lot. And so this will go with that perfectly, and that's what I plan to use it on. And instead of going over everything, kind of just show you what you got, what you're going to get in this case. You can see there's a great selection of just about everything you're going to come across, especially in the automotive world. And I don't know if you could see, but you kind of got a short and a long, and then kind of a mid-length right in here. So there's definitely very large selection here. This is probably my favorite out of all the stuff I'm going to show you today. This is the one I look forward to using the most, so can't wait to put this thing to use. Alright, you can see here we got the old GearWrench 114-piece large SAE and metric ratcheting tappet die set. I think that's so cool that these things are ratcheting now. This is the model 82812. This thing's made in Taiwan. And let's see, you can see all the different stuff you get. I mean, that is a very comprehensive selection right there. And one of the coolest features is you can just use a standard 3/8 inch extension to extend into the work area. If you're working someplace that's recessed down in there, and that's a great feature right there. You can see that's what the case looks like. Definitely a nice little case. It has latches on the sides and in the front. You can see that's what we got. And there you go. That's a nice comprehensive set. If you've been working on anything for any length of time, you definitely appreciate when you get more of a complete master type set rather than the smaller sets, because you're always trying to work with what you got, and inevitably there's always a size you're missing that you wish you had. So this looks like a great little set. I'm not going to go over every little part or feature that's in here, but I definitely, well, this is one of those where you kind of hope you don't have to use it, because usually that means something went sideways. But if it does, this kit can help you get straightened back out, that's for sure. I'll try to feature some of these in some car repair videos, and as always, if the video helped you out or you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.